billion in debt. $1 billion in debt. $1 billion in debt. $1 billion in debt. You're stealing our money. Y'all stealing our money. You stealing. You stealing. You damn thieves. You thieves.
The leftist Democrats have put all of their money on the wrong horse. They, of course, have been betting that illegal immigrants are going to replace all of the voters that they are losing en masse. However, a giant wrench has been thrown into the works because Donald Trump was elected. And the second biggest issue that got him there was, of course, illegal immigration. That had voters from both sides of the aisle coming together and saying, hey, this is out of control and it needs to be stopped. Now, what I want to show you here today is, of course, the difference between someone who listens to the voters and someone who doesn't, revealed distinctly between Chicago and New York. But before we get into the videos, please like and comment so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
Those who are here committing crimes, robberies, shooting at police officers, innocent people, have been a harm to our country. I want to sit down and hear the plan on how we're going to address them. Those are the people I am talking about, and I would love to sit down with the board of Czar and hear his thoughts on how we're going to address those who are harming our citizens.
You're open to that?
Open to
hearing what their plan is to deport some of these folks, and you think the city, in some circumstances, should cooperate with ICE.
Let me. You know what's interesting? And I was talking to the team the other day. I want you to all go back and Google Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Google what they said about those who commit crimes in our city and what they said in our country. They said those who commit crimes need to get out right away. That was their position. So this is not a new position, you know, because in the state of in the era of cancel culture, no one's afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me, because I'm going to protect the people of this city. And if you come into this country, in this city, and think you're going to harm innocent New Yorkers and innocent migrants and asylum seekers, this is not the mayor you want to be in the city under.
So here we have New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who, despite being a raging Democrat, has always been surprisingly bullish on getting rid of illegal immigrants, right? He said that basically the cost that they have on the city alone is going to bankrupt them, right? This is something that is not sustainable. But here, of course, he's saying, I am going to sit down with Tom Homan, hear what he has to say, because we want to get rid of this criminal element, get rid of all the people who are out there murdering, assaulting. All of those people need to go. And as he rightly points out, yes, if you go back and listen to Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, from their statements from just 15 years ago, they seem like Republicans. They seem like hardcore MAGA lovers. They're on the record saying, get rid of the criminal element. It makes perfect sense. And then for everyone else, guess what? You got to go to the back of the line, pay fines, do it the right way. Otherwise, guess what? You're not coming into this country. But many people actually say, well, illegal immigrants, they're actually much less likely to commit crimes, except for when you actually look at the numbers. Over here, we can see that from a congressional report where 7.4 million non-detained non-citizens were tracked, we can see that 13,000 of those had convictions for homicide, 1,845 faced criminal homicide charges, 9,461 had convictions for sex offenses, not including another 2,659 that had pending charges. And of course, there are other convictions for crimes of assault, 62,000, robbery, 10,000, sexual assault, 15,000, weapons offenses, 13,000, and dangerous drugs, 56,000. Okay. And when you break it down by the numbers, according to this pool of illegal immigrants, right, these people who were not detained and allowed into the country, that's about 9%, right? So 9% of this population, which, by the way, is not going to be incredibly accurate because we have so many people who come into this country that we don't even know about. But how do they actually get away with this claim? Because they factor in legal immigrants, right? You take the illegals, you take the legals, you put it all together, and then you actually get a much lower rate of crime because people actually come into the country the right way, who spend years going through the process. They actually appreciate being here and are much more likely to follow the law than even native-born citizens, which is why immigration is good, but illegal immigration is, of course, really, really bad. So this is what Eric Adams, of course, is doing correctly. He's willing to sit down with the incoming Trump administration and get rid of all of those illegal immigrants, specifically the criminals. However, we're going to juxtapose that with Brandon Johnson, right? He's the Chicago mayor, and he is basically saying, we are still a sanctuary city. Give us all of your illegal illegal immigrants, we don't care. We're going to provide them with food, with housing, with jobs, right? Whatever they need to be in this city. However, of course, the population is pissed.
You told Trump you ain't gonna blink? Well, we ain't either. You ain't above the law. And where you gonna run to when Trump pours that Trump card out on you?
There's a 10-year prison sentence when you want to stand up here for those illegals.
You all sit up there and said you will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaigned and doubled down that you would not raise property taxes. I ain't gonna do that. You campaigned, went around doing that. And here we are right now. You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this nigga right here first. Please come here first, because you know what? We're going to help you. We want to forensic.
Ma'am, I would ask that you keep your, hold on a second, stop her time. Just a second. Stop her time. Ma'am, I would ask that you, if you want to continue speaking, you have to make sure that your language is appropriate, okay? All right.
Alex.
Okay, you can begin her time again.
You're going to spend our tax dollars to go, Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals. You said you're going to spend our tax dollars to take Trump to court to protect these illegals if they try to come in your district. And then you said all of y'all in cahoots with each other to do it. Okay, so now we about to make y'all famous. We're going to let all y'all constituents know who y'all ratting for, that y'all wouldn't spend our tax dollars to protect illegals and to get them legal services. So that's what we're doing. That's cool, because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous. Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
Oh my goodness, that got feisty. When people see that their hard-earned money is being taken from the government and then given to illegal immigrants, right? To the tune of half of the budget, right? They're running deficits of $1 billion. Guess what? You're not going to be too happy when you see all of your resources dwindling, right? You see your schools suffering. You see your veterans not getting the help that they need. You see your homeless population being pushed out of shelters, all to welcome in the illegal immigrants, which of course is just as ridiculous as giving them travel expenses, food expenses, and paying for their legal defense in this country, right? But this is where the modern Democrat Party is. They don't care about American citizens. They only care about the new mascot, which is the illegal immigrant, the people who they planned on letting into this country en masse and then granting blanket amnesty so they could go ahead and pad their voter rolls, okay? But thank goodness Donald Trump is in office. However, this plan is not just mere speculation. This is what's being touted by the Democrats.
The governor has called a special session that will convene this week to set aside money to battle the Trump administration. Will some of that money also be set aside to protect migrants and undocumented immigrants in California as they seek either legal advice or continued legal financial backing to support their efforts to stay within California and the United States?
Yeah, again, if the first Trump administration is any indicator, we know that there will continue to be a lot of fear in communities, and communities that deserve to know what their rights are and what their rights are not. And so if it's legal assistance, legal advice, legal support, that's just the California way. We embrace our diversity. Our diversity is what's made our communities thrive and our economy thrive. And so we will assist families against the threats of the Trump administration.
So apparently now illegal immigrants are part of the diversity of America, okay? But this is exactly what's happening. Here in California, Gavin Newsom wants to take tax dollars, set it aside to protect illegal immigrants, to get them legal services so they, of course, can obtain lawyers and fight against the government in being deported for breaking the law. But this, of course, is the mindset of the Democrats. Oh, Donald Trump is so mean. He's going to come in and enforce our federal border security laws. Heaven forbid that actually happened. But that's exactly why people voted for him, along with the economy and all that other stuff. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you.